Hello and welcome to another Purple Shirt History. Today I'm going to talk about getting remarks or resitting an exam, just a short video to kind of share my thoughts, both as a person who's been a teacher and as a Cambridge assessor. I just want to give you my insight and maybe that'll help you get a better feel for if you should do either one of these things. So first thing is getting a remark. I am generally against it unless you're only like a point away or maybe two. You're not going to get a gigantic leap up. So say you need an A for the university you want to go to requires 3 A's, you have 2 A's, and maybe you have an 89 or something. That definitely is a case where I would say go for it, get it. You got nothing to lose. This is what you're going. You need those marks, so do it. If you had like an 85 or something like that, forget it. You're just wasting your money. You're not going to get some colossal jump up. Always run it by your teacher first. Tell them what happened, how the test went. You can talk about it, talk it through, but I'm pretty sure they're going to tell you the same thing that I'm telling you now. There's not going to be a giant jump up unless there's some grievous error you think it is completely unjustified. You know, Even you got to kind of self-reflect. Is it really that far off from what you think the marks are? So in general, I'm going to say only get a remark if you're about a point or two away. Anything other than that, it can also remark down. So keep that. There is a risk to it. If you want to get it marked, somebody can actually chop some points off of your grade. So that's one thing. Resitting as well, I'm a bit more amenable to. And the reason why is, okay, if you completely just messed up the instructions, do it, all right? I had a student, you tell them so many times you have to answer two of these and one of those, or you have to answer the whole block ABC, and they just don't do it for whatever reason, even if you've gone over this a million times. Then you're going to go resit and do it. So the student that I'm thinking of made a mistake and went from a B to an A star. All right. So that is a huge jump up. That is definitely something that, if you just messed up and, you admit it and go, okay, this won't happen again. I've learned my lesson the hard way. You can have a huge jump up. So I'm more of a fan of resitting the test as well if you've made some kind of error. Resits, again, if you need that A, just like instead of getting it remarked, and you've gotten 85, you've gone through the nerves, maybe you didn't finish on time, so you left the last question, or you only answered half of it, something like that. When you haven't really completed the exam, I'm a fan of saying, yeah, go do it again, resit it. Now you have that experience. So most of the time the students that I'm talking about are taking it in the May, April, May session, or May, June, I'm sorry. You can just go the next winter session. So October, November, you have the experience, do it again, and get those high grades. So that's the ideal situation. Hopefully, you're not if you're doing A level, you're not a senior or something like that. And that's like your last chance. So think about it that way. Really try to follow the directions. I don't know, something happened where maybe there's a problem at the test center. I hope not. I've never never experienced anything like that before. But just make sure you weren't feeling good that day, you were sick and couldn't concentrate, and you couldn't miss the test. These types of things, yeah, go take it again. That's your better bet. So in conclusion, remarks, I'm not really a big proponent of unless you're just like a point away. But resitting your test, a lot of other factors could have adversely affected your test. And I'm more a proponent of resitting the test if you think you can really get maybe a letter grade or 2 letter grades better. So those are my thoughts on remarks and resits. Let me know in the comments if you've had any experience doing this, and maybe it could help somebody else out. So thank you very much for the attention, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.